Well, hello everybody! How are you doing today? You having a good time? Are you having a fun time? Well, it's time to have a good fun time. As we say in the biz. What's the biz? I guess the streaming biz, I suppose. Today's weather, if you're curious, we did Indestructible by Disturbed and Spirit Never Die by Masterplan. The triumphant, it's the Gurren Lagann of metal songs. You just have to feel triumphant. Looks like we got a whole bunch of stuff. The Duelist Cup is going on. Can anyone honestly... I mean, it feels like... Granted, I might just be projecting my own feelings, but it feels like people barely care about the ladder this format, much less the Duelist Cup. Oh, hey. I like 1,000 gems and some reward tickets. The Duelist Cup has always been a joke. There have been people who have, like, grinded it almost consistently. I know a lot of, like, professional players usually do. And I don't know if it's just because the World Tournament was, like, less than a month ago, or if it's just the format is a joke. But I haven't heard anyone being like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to grind the thing now. Let's see, they've added another duel field. That's another FOMO thing that they're trying to get people to buy. And again, I can't think of any deck or archetype I would want to play that this would fit, so I don't feel any need to get it. The whole point of getting these is that, like, they'll fit certain episodes. So if I see one where it's like, oh, you know, there's a super heavy samurai field, I would probably get that, because that's an archetype that might be useful or playable again at some point. But, like, I'm never going to play Gishkis. Most likely. Autumn, that's just a weird thing. We got the Duelist Cup Rewards. What are the rewards this time? Well, first of all, cards that I have 2 of. This you get in the solo mode. I don't know why they would put this here. Everyone already has 3 of it. Ancient Pixie Dragon. Dandy White Lion, which is, I believe, a Legacy Pack card. It suits Sun Avalons. I feel like it doesn't the Trap Trick deck, wouldn't that be better? You got all the old Gem Knights, which are, again, I'm pretty sure in the solo mode. Orgoth the Relentless, if you want to roll dice. Say a normal monster. I think Dippity's the only, like, relevant card here. Pharaoh's Treasure. Shuffle this card into the deck. If you draw this face-up card, send it to the graveyard. Target 1 card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. And Yamato Dragon Scroll. A dragon conjured from the very scroll in which it was depicted. I wouldn't care either. Master Duel is just Malice and Ryziel shit. Ain't fun. Can't play other decks, so not worth it. Yeah. I guess we'll get them. Can we get the Dippity? Well, we got the Dippity, chat. So there you go. Dippity doo-dah, Dippity day. My oh my, what a wonderful day. We also got the big penis monster. I'm sure chat loves that. I also have, for the login, we got a free regeneration. I'll take a free ticket, sure. Great Sorcerer of Nekros. Shatter Stream. Gungnir. Majestus. Genesis Commands. Heraldry Reborn. I Love Fusion. Regenesis Warrior. There we go. So, nothing useful, nothing good. I think that's all. There's the Duelist Cup and new accessories, yeah. I still haven't gotten the Alistair stuff. Should I do that just to open some packs? Get some Link stuff into the brains. Got 9 URs from that bundle alone. Yeah, I guess it depends what we play next month. Speaking of which, yeah, so we got the poll up for next month's next month's ladder climb, and the options so far. Granted, I only put it up right before stream, so it's been out for about 10 minutes, and we've got Tachyon, Regenesis, Sue Ship, Gem Knights, and Rescue Ace. More things will be added. Alistair Mate could be fitting if we play a Spellcaster deck. Yeah. Gem Knights would be a really good watch. They seem pretty interesting. Gem Knights seem interesting. Regenesis seems interesting. I think we went through this before, but I mean, just in case while we're here. Because we looked at all the new cards when they first came out, and I was like, I think Gem Knights and Regenesis seem the most interesting. Gem Knights is like a go second OTK deck now, less FTK. It's got Ancient Gear vibes, if you remember that deck, where it was like, yeah, it was a blind second Tempai style, like play a bunch of board breakers, except unlike Tempai where it's like, yeah, if you get one of three, if you get basically if you get a way to Chandra, you just win, because it's the same combo from there. And all your, like, one-card starters are just, like, the monster... Or what was it? They were the spells that get you to Chandra, and the monster that get you to the spells. So it just feels really boring and uninteresting. Whereas, like, Ancient Gears and Gem Knights are very much like, no, you're going to have to do combos. Those combos can play through Disruption if your opponent, or if you play it smartly and your opponent doesn't know what you do. So it's much more interesting as like a blind second deck. But it also is still a blind second deck. I know some people don't like that. It would also be the second fusion deck we'd be playing in a row. Regenesis, meanwhile, is entirely new. It's got like a main deck playstyle, kind of like Witchcrafter, that doesn't really involve any extra deck monsters. So much so that I've seen a lot of people playing them with Dogmatica, because you just send the extra deck off. But also, it's not the most powerful thing, so the best way to play it is often to include a bunch of floodgates. So that's the downside to it. And then after that, we've got Majestus, which is probably not good, but interesting. We've got the Heraldry stuff, which is good if you mix it with Ryziel. We've got the Nekros stuff, which is just not good. It's like, oh yeah, they've got a one-card thing that puts on a negate, and that's it. It's not like an extended combo, it just puts on a negate. Nekros is not playable. Even with the new support. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, banish that monster. Any monster destroyed by a Nekros is banished. It isn't playable. Yeah, but we open it up for just about anything these days. I mean, someone put in Sue Ships. Sue Ships is absolutely 100% not playable. I'll be ending on, like, VFD Pass. But people want to see it. They want me in, like, the chef hat. Yeah, and then, like, the Adignister AI stuff is here. If you want to see that. It's probably good. I don't care, though. Nekros is actually playable. It's too power crept. No, that seems like the right term. Advance is insane. I mean, it's insane for, like, when... If you had this when Nekros came out, it would have been tier 0. When you ritual summon a Nekros, this card can be used as the entire tribute. If this card is normal summoned, special summon a Nekros from your deck. If this card is tributed, add any number of banished Nekros with different names to your hand. Like, yeah, that does a lot. The problem with Nekros is that, going first, what are you ending on? Like, I guess maybe if you do things right, you could make, like, an Appaloosa or something. And then you've got the quick effect banish. Like, you put in a lot of effort to make this, and this is essentially just like SP Little Knight. Have you already done insects? No, I don't think I have. Yeah, so if you're on Nekros and you go first, then your line is... Hope you can make a generic extra deck negate. Or I guess you could make, is it this guy? No, it's the other guy. Is he not in here? I forget his name. Unicorn. Negate the effects of monsters that were summoned from the extra deck. Which, yeah, would be a pretty powerful floodgate. If like, for example, well, one, almost, like, if you're playing against Ryziel, they can beat over this, and they don't need to use the extra deck to get to this. Granted, I guess you can try to banish it with your SP card. Someone suggest Fables again. Fables might work. The problem is to deal with traps. Yeah. I've said this before. I have no doubt you can get to Master 1 with a lot of decks. It's just a matter of time and investment. Because there are people who will, like play Sue Ship for 6 months and get so good at it and learn all the little intricacies of it that, like, yeah, they can get up into Master 1 with it because they know their deck inside and out. Either that, or they'll just play, like, 400 duels over the course of a month. Like, they'll grind every day. And the way Master Duel Ladder is set up is that if you win 51% of your duels, then you can climb. I mean, hell, I've been climbing, and I've been winning 50% of my duels. I just get up, like, 3 or 4 wins in a row, and that allows me to get up into the next level. And I haven't lost enough in a row to get knocked back down. So it is possible with a lot of decks to get to Master, and even Master 1. The question is, can I get to Master 1 in the under the ladder climb conditions, which are I have 6 streams and I only have like a week to learn the deck. Knocking stuff over again. Oh. So it's like I have limited time to learn the deck and I have limited time to play the deck. Senrath, thank you for the Prime hype. Which, by the way, you know, if you've got Amazon Prime, I'm not sure if you realize it, you have a free sub. And it's like halfway through the month. If you haven't given it to someone else and you'd like to watch this without like ad-free or just support me in general, consider giving that Prime hype. I would appreciate it. You'll get like a little tip of the hat from me. And Critter will come in to say thank you. He enjoys that because that gets him some delicious critter kibble. Ooh, ah. The goldfishes. He gets a singular critter kibble for every sub. He doesn't like to eat on camera, but he will sniff it all stream. The Thunder Chief, thank you for the prime hype. A tip of my hat to you. And another piece of kibble for the critter. There you go. Unlike Critter, I am not shy about eating on stream. When is Critter's birthday? I think it's October 12th, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was when I got him. But yeah, so you got a flood... So, Nekros going first. You got a Floodgate on a monster that is not... Like, most decks these days can beat over 2,300. And a lot of decks aren't as reliant on the extra deck as they used to be. Like, it's like, yeah, you know, Detonator not being able to activate its effect, that sucks for them. But, like, they do also have, like, a searchable trap card that just pops 3 cards. Read Nekros of Sophidia. During the main phase, you can discard this card and 1 Nekros spell. Your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck during this phase. Quick effect. When this card is ritual summoned, you can banish all other cards on the field and in the graveyard. You can't normal summon or set or special summon other monsters the turn you do this. Yeah, so I guess you got a hand trap that stops them from summoning from the extra deck. If you want to play this, which is otherwise a brick. Maybe you have enough ways to search it. And I guess there is also... What does this guy do again? Discard this card. Tribute up to 2 Nekros. If you do, send that many Nekros from your deck to the graveyard. When a monster effect is activated, tribute 1 monster. Negate the activation. And if you do, banish that card. Okay, yeah, so you got a monster negate. You have the extra deck lock. You have 2 cards that do the extra deck lock, essentially. Sophia, sadly, is really bad. How viable do you think Majestus is for the ladder climb? Probably not. Like, it's not good. But I honestly don't know enough about Majestus to say for sure. Majestus is one of those ones I'd want to play just to figure out what the fuck Majestus do. Because it's one of those decks that has been around for like 5 years at this point and never made like a splash. Like the only card that's ever seen substantial playability is Artemis, and just because she's a Link 1 spellcaster. Like they've gotta do stuff, right? Like this guy's a monster negate. They have that fusion that, or that synchro that like wipes the field when it leaves the field. They've got that fusion that like steals stuff. When this card is summoned, target a Majestus, equip it with a spellcaster from your graveyard or banishment. During the main phase, quick effect, target a spellcaster in your spell trap zone, return it to the hand. It's still not doing much, yeah. It's still not doing much, but it, like, I'd want to be one of the, like, 5 people who know how Majestus work. Do we need more pendulum archetypes? Probably. I guess I'll open one of these before we begin. Let's go real quick. Which one do you want to see? The Alistair... Which pack? Alistair... Cybers. We'll put 5 minutes on the clock. And while we're doing that, I'm going to practice the new solo mode combo. Alistair. Summon Alistair. I did make a new version of the deck. It gets rid of the Primite stuff for Terratop. Let's see if I can figure out the Terratop combo. First try, baby. Easy as pie. So, we special summon this. We get the Invoker. We activate. We could summon either one of these. I guess we get Darius. And then that allows us to make either one of these. Yeah, so okay, that's the thing that I was... People are like, it's a one-card starter, except it's not, because all this gets you is one Gladiator Beast card. I guess if you took a Torix, then you could get this normal summon, tribute it for the Darius, and then Darius gets something back, and then you make Appaloosa. And that would at least be something. I mean, obviously, if you already have a Gladiator Beast, then this gets you the other one. But that's the thing about Gladiator Beast. Almost everything is like a 2-card combo in the world of 1-card combos. And so the problem is that, whatchamacallit. Yeah, the problem is you just don't have a 1-card starter. And that's why I'm playing something like Test Bear, because it's like, if we're gonna play a deck full of nothing but 2-card starters, we might as well play as many of them as possible. Just play all the extenders. Pardon me. I always forget. Yeah, I should have made it using this, and then I could do it. Oh, Darius can bring this back. I mean, it's negated, but it is back. Alistair wins with 92%. If you had to sell someone on this deck, what would you tell them? Second battle phase? I guess that's about it. Soon they'll get the third battle phase. Ash Blossom. Can you get evenly at the end of the first battle phase? Yes. Easy and peasy, we're peasy as pie. Oh no, I accidentally clicked main phase 2. Psych, start the second battle phase! We're going again, baby! Streamer, that's toxic. But we need there's a counter. We need to get the counter to go up, chat. What part of number go up don't you understand? It's capitalism at its best, at its finest, at its most pure. Oh, I still have this. Okay. So people wanted to see the Alistair bundle. Let's go ahead and do the Alistair bundle. Just as a little treat, chat, you get a little pack opening. You can live vicariously through my gambling. Look, I'm already getting Ghost Trick Mansion. It pays for itself. Ha! Oh, hey! Wait. Oh, I didn't realize these are... Well, I got the new fancy Mechaba. So I got an alt art. That's pretty neat. Junk connector. Bingo Machine Go! I mean, that's free points because Bingo Machine Go comes in the Blue Eyes starter pack. Okay, I thought these were all master packs. I'm just now realizing they're like invoked packs. I prefer the OG Mechaba. I like the new one. I rarely have much of an opinion about alt arts, but I like the new one. The old one always seemed kind of like rumbly, like he's like charging forward with his sword and he like looks like he's about to topple over. And this new one, it just comes out like, majestic! I got 2 Madame Veres. That's twice as many. Some people would be lucky to have half that much. Veta Magic, Lacrima of Light. What the hell is a Lacrima? Oops, sorry, another patron messaging me. And someone giving me questions. Oh, I forgot to do the thread, my bad. Thank you, whoever did that. Another one, Aruru. I've been saving my Arurus for years. People told me I was crazy. They're like, that card will never see any play. Lacrima means tear or teardrop in Latin, apparently. So Lacrima the Crimson Tears is literally tear of this Crimson Tear. Yeah, that reminds me, I was watching, there's a channel called Mini Minute Man. He's pretty good. He's like an archaeologist who spends his time between looking at cool archaeology stuff and debunking pseudoscience. And he had a video where he went to the La Brea tar pits. And what does La Brea mean in Spanish? It means the tar. So, the La Brea tar pits, translated, means the tar pits. The tar pits. The Great Raft video, yeah. He's kind of biased at times. He's very rambly. It's hard to, like, recommend his big debunking videos because he's just kind of like... He's like, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this intro. And then he does, like, a 20-minute intro. Another Aruru. I am the owner of the most Arurus, chat. And our last you are... I have the most Arurus! No one Arus more than me! Check it. Oh, did I decraft them at some point? Well, they came back. Well, they came back. Aru! It reminds me of Richard Nixon from Futurama. Let's see. Dismantle selected cards. We just want the SRs and URs. So I don't think we need two of those or that. Pretty sure this is just a one of. This is a one of, even in that deck. I'll keep the two Gradle Eagles. Only one junk connector. Oh, do I only have one? I thought I had a bunch of those. Did I not buy the Blue Eyes structure deck? Okay. Bingo machine. Okay. It's probably not great, but who knows? Maybe they'll hit Blue Eyes again. Also, you know, now that I'm thinking about the ban list, it's crazy that they hit Blue Eyes harder in 2 months than they hit Malice. Do you really need to dismantle them now? The thing is, sometimes when I make a deck, I do end up using a lot of the SR points. And like, I don't want to have to be building and then be like, oh, I'm out of SR points and have to go decraft them later. So I always just do it right after I get done. Blue Eyes was the evil deck. Okay. So there we go. We got our daily dose of pack openings. Popenings, some might call. I certainly wouldn't. Alright. What about my flew under ease deck? Openings, as they say. Not me. I don't say that. They do. Who the hell is they? I mean, I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't call them they. That used to be the joke. I forget what movie that was. It was some movie about conspiracy theories or whatever. And she's like, who is they? And he's like, I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. I just know someone. They. We doing the Duelist Cup today? No. I don't think we ever... I'll do the Duelist Cup sometimes to, like, grind gems at the end of the month, but we never really do the Duelist Cup stuff. Okay. So, let's get ready. Go ahead and fill yourself up with cats in the chat. Let's get this looking nice and clean for, Slash, thank you for the $10.
But I believe that in case we need it for a potential Atignister or even a Code Talker deck in the future, we should probably get that access code bundle.
We could probably get that access code bundle. If we weren't already filling up, maybe when I take a break to eat, we can get that. Just remind me. But thank you very much for the $10. Do. And here we are, ladies and non-ladies. The penultimate Gladiator Beast stream. Only this one and one more remain. And it's looking like it's going to be a challenge just to get into Master. But if we can get into Master, I'll consider this a success. Especially considering, like, how difficult the format is, how annoying it is to play at times. And this day, I do actually have a new build. We're going back to pure-ish Gladiator Beast, because I feel like I know it a little bit better now. I'm a little bit more practiced at the combos. I know the format a little bit better, and the Primite stuff wasn't super helping, because the Primite combo wasn't really like a one-card combo, and we weren't using Drill Beam all that often. So I was like, okay, what if we just slimmed it down to 40 cards, and we put in the, what's it called? The Speedroid Terror Top. Speedroid Terror Top is like a starter. Again, it's not a one-card starter because there are no one-card starters in the Gladiator Beast deck, but it's fairly close. It's if you special summon this, you can get the... we'll just start the Speedroid Terror Top. It's not quite a one-card starter because there are no one-card starters in Gladiator Beast. That's kind of the big problem. But it is something that doesn't take up your normal summon that can hopefully bait out a whole bunch of spell trap removal. I'm just noticing, do I have the Takatomborg? It's right here. Okay. Try that. Speedroid Terror Top. It's not quite a one-card combo because there are no one-card combos in Gladiator Beast. That's kind of the problem with the deck in general, why it struggles in this modern day and age. But it does help out a lot. It's something that doesn't take your normal summon, something that doesn't really take hardly any of your resources, but can give you another part of the puzzle. Basically, special summon Terror Top, search Takatomborg, put the two of them together to make Invoker. Invoker can get Darius or a Torix out of the deck, and then you use those two to make Test Panther. And then Test Panther can search any Gladiator Beast card. So, like, if you already have Gestel, you can get a Torix. If you already have a Torix, you can get Gestel. You can get the Field Spell if you need it. It's just extra bonus that might be able to bait stuff out. We're also still playing the Test Bear, specifically because, you know, since this deck isn't one that has one-card combos, we can't really afford to do the thing where we just play, like, a couple starters and a whole bunch of hand traps. We really just have to play as many extenders as possible and hope that does it. And to be fair, in some of the duels we have won, it's been because we've been able to extend like crazy. Like being able to, like, you know, activate the... being able to, like, activate the Primite stuff, then activate a Gestel, then normal summon Test Bear and use that and get 2 effects off of it. Just having enough extension has really helped us, especially when decks don't expect it. So I think this will work better. If need be, we can remove this. The problem I'm also running up against is I'm trying to think of, like, what would I put in here if I took out this? Because Imperm doesn't really do a whole lot. Valor doesn't really do a whole lot. Maybe Triple Tactics Talent if we wanted to go on, like, a pure Go Second build or lean more heavily into Go Second. But at the moment, I think we're better just playing, like, Maxi, Fuelos, Nibiru, and then hoping that we can extend through everything if we go second. It's not great. Our win rate is still like slightly below 50%, but it's got us to Diamond 2, and maybe it'll take us to Diamond 1 if we continue to be persistent. So let's jump back on the ladder and see what we can do. Droll? Droll hurts Ryziel. Not much else, though. Malice don't care about Droll. Malice can Droll themselves to stop Maxi, yeah. Yeah, we haven't been running into enough. That's the thing, we haven't been running into a lot of Malice, and when we do run into them, they're like not good at the deck because they haven't been practicing. They're most likely newer players who have only gotten to Diamond off the back of, like, People See Malice and Surrender. We found out last session that if we allow the Malice player to play, they'll oftentimes mess up and then we can beat them on the crackback. Or we can go first, I like to go first. That's the other thing, is when we do go first, having like 1,000,000 extenders means we can play through all the hand traps, hopefully. Unless we draw like Nibiru, Maxi, and the Fuelos. And, 2 Nibirus, Ash, the 1 Imperm we play as a cross-out target, and the Garnet. Fantastic! No notes. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, hello. Yeah, we'll Ash that. Get Chandra. Oh, this can quick effects. I thought this one didn't have that. All of them have that, except the one that doesn't. Yeah, I was like, the one that gets from the deck doesn't do it, and I forgot this one searches from the deck, and Genroku summons from the deck. Can only use this effect. Oh, this applies to the one above it. Gotcha. Second duel of the day, going up against player. They were my arch nemesis back in the day. This song doesn't have a good flow, but I'll sing anyway. Well, you know, at least the deck is consistent, chat. We go first, we get 2 Nibirus. We go second, we get 2 Nibirus. Either way, we get all Nibirus. We just ash this and hope that's their only starter. It is. It is their only starter. And now we get to go second where we can attack. I like attacking, chat. Let's use this. Do you also have Ash? They do. Alright, fortunately, we have 2 searchers. That's twice as many. Now, if they have, like, Ghost Ogre, then we might be in for some trouble. What do we grab? Just the one with the most attack, right? We just want to hit in. Go Darius! Battle phase, battle phase, battle phase. What are you gonna do? Imperm me? They are gonna imperm me. They don't want me tagging out. It's one horse against the world. I still get in for 1700. I don't want to tag because it'll be negated in the deck. But we do get the Gladiator Beast charge, so we got 1 pop. They did not have anything last turn. And I think even if they get something, right, like they summon, they get something else, they make duo drive, we pop it. Look at that horse, it isn't amazing, it got negated and it can't tag out. So they summon the X, they send the aggregator, what are they gonna negate? The horse? The field spell, fuck, they knew how the field spell works. Oh snap. My mom is calling. I will have to call her back here in a minute. Yeah, I don't want to hang up on her, because then it would make it seem like I was purposely ignoring her. Fuck. One card turns into 4 cards. You know what's neat though, chat? Okay, so instead of using this on the duo drive like I was planning, we use it on the cross. And they pop the back row. We pop their field spell. No one gets a field spell. And then we go ahead and let them make duo drive. Because then the Nibiru will have less attack. Yeah, we just do this. Let's find a rock. I mean a big-ass rock. Maybe something like a cinder block. And the last card is Maxi, which means they get to draw 2 cards because Nibiru summons and then summons again. Unfortunate. I was hoping this would be down to like, then we'll both be on 1 card. But that might give me a chance. But now they get 2 cards. Granted, I can crash anything into the token if I get a Gladiator beast. That is a Gladiator beast. The question is this imperm? Silver Start, thank you for the tier 1 sub. And I think just to play around imperm, we're going to do that. We're going to take a lot of damage, but it's better than the alternative. Because, like, if we go all in and we make the, if we go all in and we make the Test Panther and they imperm it, we're just dead. But what we can do instead is go in here, take the damage. They either imperm now, or they don't imperm. And then at the end of the battle phase, we could tag out for Bestiari. Yeah, they did imperm. But yeah, it was like tag out for Bestiari and pop it regardless. In this case, we normal summoned. No, we do go for the Test Panther first. Now, if that last card is Ash, then we're really dead. But I mean, they drew Ash imperm, what can I say? We're gonna get comeback, because we're about to make a comeback, baby. Play it not in the imperm column. Yeah, we're gonna get back Eskit. We're gonna use this. Shuffle that back. I think this is where we get you, right? Yeah. We get you. You search. We get another Colosseum. Then we make Darius. Darius gets anything out of the deck. 1, 2... Yeah, we need to just go for Eskit. We get Eskit. Eskit gets back. Do we get the comeback? Or do we just get the charge and then, like, pop 2? But they can threaten it with the Nibiru. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and Claudius doesn't help us either. Because they can just run over Claudius, they're so big. Yeah, I think we just have to go for this. If nothing else, we bait them out of the main phase. Yeah, the pop 2 is more versatile. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we could have pop 1 and Claudius, and I think that's probably better. We make the bird. Then we shuffle everything back for Claudius. We get a second battle phase next turn. We get the field spell to help survivability. And we've got the pop 1. So we can pop 1 card, that deals with the Nibiru, and then if they summon something else, we can get out a Damatanus or we can get out Geyserus and either pop another 2 or get a monster negate that lets us redirect attacks. And see, this is every once in a while you get a game where it's like, this game continues because the Gladiator Beast battle phase effect let me toolbox anything out of my deck. If this were just a combo deck, the Imperm would have stopped us. It's just a pity that, like, because it's kind of battle phase oriented, I can only do stuff during the main phase too. Okay, moving the token to attack, going to battle phase, we use the comeback. Pop the token. From here, even if they somehow make Detonator, we're bigger than it, and we don't have to activate anything. Should have let them declare. Oh, because plug in, it would have locked them out of using that, right? Or am I missing something else? They could Typhon you? Ah. Oh, and the field spell too, yeah. Yeah, they don't play a second Mirror Logic Adjugator. So we do this. And I think at this point we just get Damatanus. So, like, if they summon that and they try to activate it, we Domitianus, negate, destroy, they don't have 2 level 4s. If they just go Detonator, pass, we have more attack than them. And we could just run over them with the double battle phase for game. Baguska pass? They could Baguska pass. That would only be buying them time, though. And it looks like they're going for Baguska pass, yeah. We do have Link monsters. The thing is, we don't have great Link monsters, but we do have some. Question is, what do we do? We just make SP? Yeah. The problem is, if we make... Wait. What does SP say? You cannot attack directly this turn. Damn it! Even if we get a second battle phase, it's still the same turn. I still think that's the best way to do things, though. Normal summon. And I think we get rid of the Claudius, because having one monster negate when they're on nothing is, like, really strong. We could also Darius into something... Wait, when this is special summoned... No. Special summon one Gladiator beast from your hand or graveyard. Yeah, that don't do anything. Yeah, we just make SP. SP, banish that. Oh yeah, how is this phrased again? You can conduct your next battle phase twice. Wait. So, change to attack position. I won't go to the battle phase this turn. I'll conduct my next battle phase next turn. We'll go straight to the end phase. We're saving it for a rainy day, you know? When things are looking gloomy outside and it seems like we can't... Oh, we don't get to find out. I'm pretty sure how that works. Maybe a judge can let me know below. Either way, we grind out a fun duel against Ryziel. I think we'll include that in the video. I think that seems like a fun thing to include. Ram the Biru for game. That was Duel 69. Nice. Okay, give me a second. Again, I had a phone call from my... I'm gonna go call her real quick and make sure everything is good. And then I'll... Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, chat. In case you're worried, don't worry, everything's fine. My mom doesn't... Well, I think I mentioned it was a couple streams ago for people who come to the streams a lot. I got a text from my dad being like, your mom's in the hospital. And she had been feeling really sick the last few months. She had just deteriorated really bad, and I was kind of worried about it. But he was like, she's not in critical condition or anything. I went and visited her the next day. And she had been, like, really bad. Like, she was having trouble walking. She was, like, forgetting things. I thought, like, oh, wow, she's, like, really, really bad. And then it turns out she just wasn't eating properly. She wasn't, like, drinking enough, like, fluid. She was, like, low on magnesium. She just, I mean, I don't want to get into her whole health thing, but it's like, you know, I was like, oh, she's like, she might have something really bad. She might have like a fatal disease. And it's like, no, she just had like a really poor diet, and it affected her mind. And then because she wasn't thinking clearly, she had an even worse diet. She would like forget to eat meals and stuff like that. She wasn't drinking enough water, and then she'd get really tired, so she'd just like lay around. And then like she wasn't moving, so her muscles were atrophying and everything. Yeah, just like malnutrition, essentially. And I think it was like last week, she was in the hospital. She was there for like 2 days, and I went and visited her yesterday, and it's like night and day. Like, when they were in the hospital, they were like, she's a fall risk, you know, if she's like, if you need help going to the bathroom or whatever, call a nurse, they'll help you. Don't get out of bed by yourself. And they gave her like a walker. And she's like, oh, I'll have to be one of them walker grandmas from now on, you know. And then I went to visit her yesterday, and she's like, yeah, I've been doing the leg therapy, the muscular therapy, I forget what it's called, physical therapy. She's like building the muscles back up in my legs. She's like, and today, it's like, I had to use the walker all last week, but today she was like walking around without it. We went out to eat. We got like a nice steak dinner, and she ate a whole, like more than I've seen her eat in like months. She's like, well, they say I need to gain weight. I was always worried I was too fat, but they're like, no, eat more, eat more. And yeah, again, just like completely, so that's why when she called, I wasn't like, oh no, I gotta answer this immediately. I was like, no, she's doing fine. Sound like she's not just recovering, but she's like actively going in on like, I really like these physical therapy exercises. They give me a chance to like move around and get in shape. Steak dinner, yeah. You come home and she's doing she's not quite doing backflips. She's still like almost 80, but she's just doing a lot better. And I went from like, oh, I'm not sure if she's gonna make it to next year, to like, oh dang, she just she recovered remarkably well. Hard Mom is in her Batman training arc. Yeah, I wouldn't call her sprightly, but compared to how she was, just like crazy difference. And hopefully she keeps up with it. Put some WD-40 on her springs. Eating is good for living, yeah. Well, it's one of those things, and again, I don't know, I always worry about, like, how personal is too personal. But I don't think this is, like, too much. But one of the things about my mom that I noticed growing up is, like, she doesn't really have many hobbies. Her hobbies were mostly, like, when she was younger, she liked going to, like, live music. She liked hanging out at parties. She liked talking with people. She liked playing cards and stuff like that. And the problem with all those, like, things as hobbies is that it's really tough to do them when you're older. It's not like, ever since I was in first grade, I've been drawing shit. I love drawing, and drawing's an amazing hobby because you'll never perfect it. You can always get better. You can always practice. There's always new stuff to draw. And as long as you have, like, a piece of charcoal and something to draw on, you can never be stopped from drawing. Playing cards. She likes to play, like, poker, though. It's, like, not competitive. She just likes to gamble. And so that was one of those things where, like, when she got retired, she's like, I don't know what to do if I'm not going to work. And I'm like, you can do anything now. Think of all the time you have for activities. And that's been one of the interesting things of, like, dealing with later in life is just, like... And I think that might be part of the reason she wasn't eating well or wasn't, like, moving around that much, is because she's like, I don't know what to do. I've been working for, like, 50 years... and I can't really go out to concerts because I'm like 80. It's really hard to like move around a lot, and it's hard to get people to come over to like listen to music and play poker. Show her Balatro. I tried to, but she has trouble with like complicated video games. Capitalism strikes again. Just to some extent, but like at least from what I've read of like the past, this isn't like a problem that's unique to like modern times. Like, it's always been, you know, you go back to, like, the ancient Greeks, and they're like, make sure you have a hobby that you can do infinitely. Make sure, that's a big reason why there's such a push to, like, give people an appreciation for the arts. Because if you like to read, it doesn't matter, like, how old you get, you can always read, and there will always be stuff to read. Me and my sister gave my mom a Switch in Animal Crossing, and she has like 3K hours. It's like my mom has like she got a smartphone like 2 or 3 years ago, and she's just now getting to the point where she's comfortable playing like Candy Crush on it. She likes that, but she's like, the controls are a little tricky, and this gets a little technical. It's a little difficult. So it's like, if she has trouble with like a match 3 casual game on a cell phone, there's no way she could play like something with a controller. I've at many times during my life tried to get her into some kind of video game, and she has trouble with like just the aspect of like, I move my hand in this way and the thing on the screen moves this way. Like, she just could not, she doesn't like have the hand-eye coordination between two things. And it seems weird as kids who grew up with video games, but she just never played video games. And so it's such a foreign idea. I wish I never got my dad a smartphone. He's the sort of guy who has no idea what he should and shouldn't click. I had to talk him through removing so many viruses. Yeah. My dad's been getting better than that. He had a couple where he almost fell for like some scams, and he calls us up and he's like, this Google guy says we need to give him a code or something. I'm a little confused. He sounds kind of weird. I'm like, Google will never call you, Dad. If you've got this far. He's like, got a call. He's like, yeah, we have a warrant out for your arrest. We're going to come and arrest you unless you send like a check for this money order. And he's like, come and get it, motherfucker. And he like called me. He's like, I'm just warning you. Apparently there's a warrant out for my arrest. I'm like, I don't think that's real, Dad. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't call you and be like, give us money or we'll arrest you. Google will never call you. Yeah. And so he got another thing where he's like, I got a thing saying my Netflix account is canceled and I need to click on this. But like, they wouldn't cancel it first. They would send me a warning. So I don't think this is proper. This is probably a scam. And I'm like, you got it. Good job, Dad. You get it. He's learning more and more. I like your dad. My dad's pretty cool. Let's go, Dad. Like, again, I've talked about, like, I was in a band with my dad. My dad's kind of like, I wouldn't call him a hippie because he never really got completely into the hippie culture. But he was one of them long-haired country boys who like to play music and whatnot. Me, who doesn't have Netflix anymore, getting... Well, fuck it. I had one the other day where it was like, someone logged into your account on X from India. And I was like, I haven't logged into X in like years. And it looked like one of those, you know, every once in a while I'll like turn on a VPN and I'll log into like Blue Sky or whatever, and they'll be like, hey, is this real? It was like exactly one of those, and like, we detected a login that seems unusual. If this is you, just ignore it. If it's not, you may want to change your password. And I was like, oh shit, did someone find my X account? I don't want them posting propaganda or whatever. And I clicked on it, and it took me to a site that was like, give access to, or like click here, like enter your password. And I'm like, why isn't my automatic password thing coming up? And I looked up and like, it wasn't X, it was the Greek letter chi with like which is basically an X with like a slight curve. And I was like, oh, you tricky bastards. You got me halfway through a phishing attempt. To be fair, that's what happens when you do fucking X.com. Sneaky bastards. I read your book! At a website, force a command script into my pasteboard and then tell me to open the command prompt. Yeah, fortunately, I know the Greek alphabet. Do we have any Greeks in the audience? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. Easy peasy. Alright, we're going first, and we got the Terror Top. We're about to create, and we got double hand trap insurance. Maxi? I think not! I really should have used this. One of the things I need to remember is, like, this is useful in multiple things. This is only useful against hand trap, so if you have both, you should always use this one first. But then again, if they have imperm, then, like, the called by doesn't stop that. So let's do this. Let's do this. We, of course, make the Invoker. We're gonna invoke some shit. Howdy doody. Or Nibiru. Yeah, true. True facts. We detach one. We summon Darius. And then we make Test Panther. And then Test Panther will get us Gestel. And that's halfway to a combo. And fortunately, we have the other half, so we could do this, discard the other field spell, and get a Torix. And from here, it's just the same combo you've seen before, except we've already used this, so it'll be slightly different, but I'm pretty sure we could still get to like a million different things. So we'll just come back when this combo's over. Five steps into the combo. This gets us half the combo. Okay. We're taming our editor. They can no longer Nibiru us. Shuffle that back out. Get this. Get me back the comeback. Yeah, I think we just end on the Panther being there. I think. Panther sticks around to watch. No, we're doing this actually. Oh. Sure, we'll just be ants at a picnic. Yeah, and this is negated, so we can't use it now. Instead, we go into... The 3-mat Appaloosa. Bring back this. Yeah, we just save this in hand. We don't even set it. So we have a spell trap negate. The Eskit was essential, or essential. It was essential so we could get 5 monster. Oh. Never mind. I think we get rid of the Domitanus, actually. Because we could summon another one if we need it, and we've already got 3 monster negates. Alright, a little bit unusual, but we got to practically the same place. We got the 3-mat Appaloosa, we got the Heraclinos, we've got the Claudius, we've got the double charge. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of interaction, plus maybe 6, and Raigeki. Fortunately, we can do this. Although this is like 90% fucking Tempai, right? Or it's Gem Knights. No, it's Tempai. Oh, no, it's Malice. We trap it. Yeah, I think we just trap it there. I kind of wanted to let it resolve so we could get the Claudius effect, but I think it's better to just keep it out. Oh no. Cyber Spile. Yeah, we have to negate that as well. Because otherwise they can chain block shit. This, I believe, okay, normal summon. Yeah, last one. That circular beat the hell out of Apo, yeah. Circular by itself used all the Apo negates. Well, I guess and also Dormouse. Discard, ooh, drawing the Maxi for turn. Good thing I didn't use the Claudius, they would have gotten the extra draw. Smart. Lingaribo. If you control this, you can special summon from your hand. And yeah, now we just do this. Yo, what up? What's up, guys? Russ. Double pop. I think that's everything. Big fusions everywhere. And there we go. We get it. And you know what? We get another double battle phase. Battle phase 37. 3000. Battle phase 2. I don't care. I want to do it again. It's a little bit of BM, but just a tiny bit. Just a little smidgen of BM. It wasted like half a second. I want number to go up, chat. How useless the second battle phase is most of the time. Yeah, I think of the 7 times that we've done it, like, 4 of them didn't matter. It really is like a win more effect. But we have had like 2 or 3 duels where like we would have lost if not for the second battle phase. Just remembered, it wasn't that big brain because Maxi was called by the grave. Ah, good point. Perfectly balanced win rate, as all things should be. Going first. I just realized chat is covering up their name. And we can't have that. People need to know that I'm facing Sven. Guten Tagen, Sven. Yeah, we have to do this. I think this is still full combo, assuming this resolves. Because this isn't quite a Torix, but like, it's essentially a Torix. Okay. So we get this, because it's just like a high level one that sends another one to the graveyard. And that's all we need in order to get to Tamer Editor. And if we resolve Tamer Editor, it's like a 70% win rate or something like that. Summon number 4. Summon number 5. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Who. It doesn't matter. And what's the thing? If we make Heraklinos, then we can't summon back... Okay, okay. So in this case, what we do is we make Darius first, using these two. Darius brings back Eskit. Eskit gets me this. Then we do Heraklinos. One, two, three, four, yeah. We don't even use the other one, we just keep it in hand. Because I have a feeling that this is Tempai. Oh, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yami, thank you for the 28 months. Yeah, I have a feeling this is Tempai, and so we want as many spell trap negates as possible. So we are just going to keep all of these in hand. And we'll only use the Maxi at the end, or when it becomes clear that we can get, if it's not Tempai. Okay, it's not Tempai. Yeah, we just negate this. Get stuck. We'll negate the Malice and Underground. Beam. Normal summon Chandra. It was all a ruse! There we go! You know, you go first, you get full combo, you beat Malice. Easy peasy. Yep, we can negate the evenly. I'm just glad they didn't get that. If they got that, we would have been screwed. Alright, legions and legionnaires. One more win, and we go into Diamond 1. We have lost the coin toss, unfortunately, but with the power of double hats, we may have what it takes to break on through to the other side. Ooh. Ooh. I don't have full combo, so I will not maxi in the draw phase. Special summon 1. Yeah, we'll lash that. I don't want them to get started with things. Set 2, pass. Kicking no ass. Who knows if they're even gonna last? The question is, what do I get rid of? I'm gonna try this. Is it the Max C? I can get the trap back eventually. Unfortunately, I have the one thing that... Oh, wait, no. If I get Gestel and this resolves, I get the trap back. Immediately. So let's try this. Activate. Summon the Esket. No Maxi from them. 2 of them things. 2 of them things. Mandatory effects. Grab back the trap. Then activate this. I cannot change block. We just get comeback, right? It's like always comeback. And then... Again, if these are all, like, combo pieces, I don't want to risk comboing into a board. We're going to take advantage of the Gladiator Beast stuff and see if we can use this to bait out some things. Attack for 12, attack for 16. And then, at the end of battle phase... do I have... No. We'll tag this out. There can be only one. That does hurt us a little bit. So, I think that makes the target clear, right? Like, we just take out Bestiari. Hey, Bestie. Gonna be popping that if you don't mind. Winged Beast. And then we'll send this. And... I think we just get a Torix to get something in the graveyard. Oh wait, yeah, this is the combo. We get a Torix because we already have the comeback. We send Augustus. It becomes level 8. And then in main phase 2, I already have a Winged Beast. Shit! I needed to send the other one. I forgot this can't summon a type if I already have it. Oh wait, I can okay, so we'll Geyserus here. Yeah, we'll Geyserus. Geyserus, pop the back row. Solemn Judgment. Why is this another winged beast? I'm so dumb. Mistakes have been made. I was like, and then we'll bring it out, and then we'll make it with this, but... You know, I think we're still fine. They were bricked last turn. They have exactly one draw. We've got a pop, plus maxi, plus called by. Yeah, we're good. And with that, I was like, oh, well, that wasn't very exciting. We shouldn't include that one. And then I felt the weight on my head and remembered that was the rank up to Diamond 1. Just one more rank into Master. Can we make it? Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. Win numbers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So duel 73. Versus Regenesis, question mark. Actually, real quick. No, I somehow gave myself an extra duel. Because that one versus MathMech was the 70th duel. 71, 72. Okay. Pink Bears to Wakanda Lion. Yeah. And give me a moment, chat. I'm getting a little hungry. Fortunately, I have food cooking already ready in the other room. This should only take like a minute. I literally just have to put some toast into the toaster, and then I think I'm good. So give me a moment. I'm gonna go toast some bread. And in the meantime, we'll play a little song for you. What do we do? What do we get? Oh yeah, I've been showing more steam-powered giraffe lately. Do we have more funny videos to show from them? Yeah, here, let's try this one. It's not as funny, but it's still a good song. Enjoy, chat. Is this what your music taste evolves into once you marry? I mean, I'm not married. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Willie Nelson. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. We need to change the rank. Oh, well, thank you. That is a John Denver song. Yeah, I know. You think I don't know? I am well aware. I have a friend who lives in West Virginia, and I have made that joke every single time I talk to him for the last 2 years. Whoa. What other songs did Willie Nelson sing? Not actually John Denver, yeah. Oh, did I? We were talking about John Denver, and then I went to Willie Nelson. Okay. Yeah, Willie didn't do that. Willie did, On the Road Again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends. Oh, when I'm on the road again. Why does a man named Denver make a song about West Virginia? To be popular. My sandwich is not staying together. The thing is, I used all my cheese earlier today. I shouldn't have. And now my sandwich cannot stay. Sandwichant. Hello, Joe. What's up? Not much. You showed your cheese on stream. I didn't. I didn't bring the cheese. What was it? There was someone who, while I'm eating, there's someone who like asked a question earlier, but it was like when my mom called and I was distracted. And it looks like it was way too far. I can't scroll up enough to tell. Open access code. Sure. Show us the gooey cheese. There is no gooey cheese. I ate the gooey cheese earlier today. All I've got, this sandwich is without cheese. It's just beef. I can never remember the name of this process, but basically, like, if you get a big thing of beef and you just put it in a crock pot and cover it with a whole bunch of spices and then leave it there for like 8-9 hours, it'll cook in its own juices and just become really like gooey. Not gooey. Gooey's not the right word. It's like fall off the bone. Marinate, I guess. Usually marinade, I feel like you gotta drip stuff over it. And that's the thing, when I think of crock pot, I usually think of people making like a stew, right? Like they put water in with a bunch of stuff and put it together. But you don't even need to do that. You can just put beef in it. And let it sit like a pickle, yeah. And this is, you heat it up and you cover it so like the steam builds up and then drips back down on top of it. And you have to do that for, again, like at least 8 hours. And especially if you do it in spices, then all the like herbs and spices and everything mixes together. And what you get is basically this like roast beef looking stuff. Like, you know, it's a little like, it's really not all that soggy considering it's been like sitting in liquid. But it's absolutely delicious. It's absolutely delicious and it takes like 0 effort. It just takes like 8 hours. And then usually what I do is I'll make a sandwich with it when it's fresh, put the rest in the fridge, and then for the next 2 days, like I'll just make rice and I'll just like sprinkle the, like I'll just rip it up and put pieces of the beef in with the rice and it's delicious. Homemade beef jerky effectively? No, because it's really moist. Did I drop something? Felt like I dropped something. Again, it's more like stewed beef or roast beef than like a jerky. Jerky's really dry. You gotta wow. All yellow. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. Oh boy, the best SR in the game, Megaroid City. Salt beef is what we call it. Juicy, that's probably the better word. Like, it's really juicy. This ain't the good one. Shiny as fuck. Cyanide mining? Pretty sure that came in a structure deck, so that's like bonus, right? Another one. Transcode talker. Trans rights, chat. Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy? Well, if I play Galaxy next month, there's that. Oh. Well, that's kind of neat. Damn, talk about a bummer opening. It wasn't that bad. I'm not sure if it was worth the thing, but, you know, we got it. Oh, I have so many of these. Okay, we'll keep the royal. We probably don't need 3 transcode talkers. We definitely don't need 3 of this. We have 4 of these because one of them did come out of a structure deck. I didn't even look at this. Activate if you do not control a face-up field zone. Target 1 field spell that's banished or in either graveyard. Destroy this card. Place that target face up in your field zone. You can use this effect once per turn. So what? This is just another what's it called? Like pseudo space again? Oh, and I already had 3 of those. It's a runic tech. Wow. I hate this card name. Who willingly remembers Runic? I liked Goaty Runic. That was fun as hell. First duel in Diamond 1. Let's go first and have a lot of fun. We're up against someone in Master 5, which is good, because Master 5 is usually weaker than Diamond 1, regardless of, despite the fact that it seems like it should be stronger. The people in Master 5 are, like, experimenting around. This is a weird one. Test Bear, unfortunately, needs any other Gladiator beast. Wait, I thought we were going first. Okay. Yeah, Maxi. The Right of Aramis here. You get a token, I get a card. Noxious! That's a Gladiator beast. Then they get Water Enchantress. Then I can eat some of my sandwich. Yeah, that's fine by me. This is a pure adventure deck, chat. Never mind. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Verte? Pay 2,000. Send a branded fusion. No, I think I'm good. I would prefer if you didn't. Although, branded fusion off of this, that's very strange. Okay. 2 test bears. Twice as many, chat. Okay, let's start with Terratop. Imperm. Okay. Let's try... Actually... Here's the thing. If they have Ash, the test bear shuffles for cost. So if they Ash it, I'm like dead. I could also... Wait, I have 2 Ashes. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna try it. Normal summon Ash. Make MX Saber Invoker. Activate Invoker. Summon a Glad Beast from the deck. Because a Glad Beast summoned from the deck is on the field, we could summon this. Activate the effect. Will... Yeah, I think we shuffle this back. Shuffle back that, and we're gonna get these 2. So we get this. We get this. Let's go ahead and send you to the graveyard. At this point, I'm playing way into Nibiru, but I mean, like, we gotta try to do it right. Maybe they don't know. Okay. We did it. We win. Max C, you want us to the game? What the fuck is this? Stun, but bad? Branded stun. So, like, I guess they make Verte, or they make Verte to make Branded Fusion, to make Rindbroom, which is Fallen of Albaz plus a Beast monster. Beast, Warrior, Winged Beast. Okay, so they send Fallen of Albaz and Fuelos, and then they have Albaz come back. They make Mirror Jade? They can't. Because Branded Fusion, you have to use 2 monsters from your... Oh, you can use from your field. Okay. So they can use Verte. Why is Pursuit Chaser in here? When a defense position monster is destroyed by battle, inflict 500 points to your opponent. Yeah, Verte and Albaz. For some reason, I thought Branded Fusion had to use cards in the deck. Oh, it's probably for Small World. It's like there's gotta be a better way for that, buddy. What are they trying? It's a machine. So level 3 Earth Machine, 14,600. So, like, you could bridge through it to get to Orpus Harp Horror. You can't search Barrier Statue. Oh, I guess you could search the Fossil Dyna, because they're both Earth, but they share nothing else in common. You could also get her, yeah. Okay. So it bridges any Orcust into Water Enchantress or Fossil Dyna, or does the same thing in reverse. If you have an extra Water Enchantress, you can go through Pursuit Chaser and get into Harp Horror. It's just weird. Their end board seems to be like, I guess Dingirsu to. So you get the Barrier Statue or the Fossil Dyna, and then you get Dingirsu so they can't be destroyed. And then you attack with tokens. Equip to a monster. Your opponent controls lose 500 for each monster you control with a different name that mentions Adventure token. But you're never going to... I mean, I guess you could summon Water Enchantress. It's just bad stun, yeah. It's bad, just move on. But it's bad in a way I haven't seen before. I've never seen a deck list like that. And you have to understand, I've been playing this game for years. I have people continuously sending me lists and being like, check out this, did you know you can do this? And 99% of the time, I roll my eyes and say, I've seen that every day for the last year. That's, like, obvious. I've never seen something like that. It's so weird. I had to check it out. Give me a second. I need to get a refill of my water. It should only take a second. Yeah, it's what I was telling you. People get into Master 5 and they're like, okay, I'm safely into Master. I can't D-rank. Let's play some crazy shit. And as a result, Master 5 is significantly less competitive than Diamond 1. Diamond 1 is high stakes. Master 5 is not. And we're going up against another Master 5 duelist. That's what we like to see. And possibly a bot? Do bots make it into Master, chat? I don't think they do. And yet, it's hard to say anything looking at this name. We're fighting against Jintixa Unicorn, okay. There's a Gastel gone. Let's go ahead and activate this. I just wanted to see if we could bait out Ash or whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna save this, because if they make the, whatchamacallit. At this point, I'm drawing 2 if they make the Arise Heart. And I would rather do that and then just imperm the Arise Heart. Okay, they're setting a whole bunch of shit. Ah, that's not what I want to see. Macrocosmos? Don't care, didn't ask. Okay. I think we have to rely on the battle stuff, chat. We just get Darius. We just get Darius, we beat over the Arise Heart. Simplify the game state plan. Okay. Solemn warning. Back. Except during... Wait, was that during the damage step? He kills you now? Not necessarily. Yeah, it's weird, like, the Macrocosmos doesn't hurt us a whole bunch, but it means Called by the Grave is useless. Another one. Macro. I mean, macro does actually stop a lot of the combos now that I think about it, because we kind of want to recycle stuff in the graveyard. And we can't use Max C because it has to go to the graveyard. It is weird, though. Why would you play Macrocosmos in Malice format? Doesn't that, like, not hurt the opponent at all? Doesn't it help them? They got rid of the Geyserus. To be fair, that was probably one of the better things they could have gotten rid of. Yeah, they don't want to play under macro, but also they can without much difficulty. Yeah, Malice will play Shifter in certain formats, but against Ryzeal it does almost nothing. And if you play it against another Malice deck, but it's something that gets consistently sided in the TCG. And especially now when you're playing against like Yummy and Draco Tail, they'll absolutely play it. Oh boy. Huh? That's it? Damn. They took my field spell! The draw is Bestiari? Okay. All the traps. Discount Trap Warehouse. Oh, fuck. I forgot about this. Yeah, I'm just doomed, unfortunately. Yeah, now I'm double doomed. If I battle any Cashed hero, my effects are negated, If I activate Imperm, then they get to look at my hand and banish something from it. And unfortunately, I just drew, like, Maxi, Nibiru, Called By, Crossout, which are normally good cards, but not in this particular instance. My only hope now is that they somehow play into Nibiru. Another one. Two of them things? Two of them things. What are they afraid of? Like... Mirror Force? Are they just BMing? I think so. Here's hoping they run out of time trying to resolve all this. Another one. Yeah, it's... Why didn't they summon the, I thought the thing was they get to add it back and then summon the Fenrir. But I guess they were playing around Nibiru. Or not? Wait, if I negated this, why are my zones still blocked up? Yep, I was like, is this a bot? They're playing really strangely. I mean, if it is a bot, would Cash be Master Duel? And again, it's really strange where they're like, why are they summoning in defense and not attacking? Why are they making the weird plays that they are? It has to be removed? Huh. Silly ruling, but it is the ruling. Also, they didn't summon anything during the standby phase. Yeah, like, I've obviously lost. I'm just wondering if, like... Part of me is like, I wonder if I wait here and, like, the AI can't do anything, if they'll just, like, surrender. Opponent thinks you have Mirror Force. Could have ended this 3 turns ago. Possibly. Yeah, I guess we'll just get out of here. Yeah, anti-spell. You get 3 solemn warning. Very strange. Didn't they make a smart decision when Bestiari was tagged out? Well, no, they had a chance to activate a thing and they did. You know, that's... a bot could easily do that. Just like... is Solemn Strike or Solemn Warning capable of being activated? They will activate it. Another Master 5 player, and they're on the rank up. Yeah, so they might be a good one. Well, Max C resolves. And it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters. Imperm. I only have one Imperm. I'm drawing it a lot. A maxi of your own, I see. Yeah, we do this. Because this is our chance. We don't want to waste the Ash, because we can use that on the big welcome. Have you tried that card that doesn't let your opponent react to the stuff you do? You're talking about Super Poly? I see. Are you glad about this deck right now? Yeah. Another one. Yeah, we have to do this. Oh, I thought they had to control level 8 or higher. Damn. I knew it bounced when you activated it, and I knew if you had a level 8 or higher, you could bounce something. Not even a problem of, like, he didn't read the card. I read the card, and I thought I memorized it, and then I forgot. I thought it was I misremembered what it was. Yep, I think that's it. Are we going to D-rank? Not yet. And now we're getting a Diamond 2 player. I'm the only person in Diamond 1, apparently. They're only getting me people in Diamond 2 and Master 5. we bricked? I think? No. This isn't entirely a brick. It's just a weirdin'. Also, we're up against the big Joker. Yeah, I guess we summon a Torix. We normal summon Fuelos. And then we try Test Panther go. In perm. Yep, that's all we had. Noxus is at least a battle trap. Yeah, and we do have Nibiru. There's a chance they play into it, but it seems unlikely. Oh, they had Droll. We were never getting out of that alive. Well, at least this deck does play into Nibiru. Remember when Ludwig, Sykkuno, and Critical all played Master Duel? Remember when they paid a bunch of VTubers to play it, like a bunch of HoloLive girls? And then their games got decided entirely by Max C? They sponsored HoloLive people? Yep. SP. SP to banish their own Dormouse to trigger the effect. Yeah, the game isn't dead, but the player count is down by 50%. Are they locked into Cybersh yet? There isn't a lock. So I need to, like, Nibiru here, right? Otherwise they make Appaloosa. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. No, nothing really matters to me. What babies do you know that talk like Fuamoko? Baby talk doesn't mean talking like a baby. It's what, like, parents do when they're talking to babies. It's like the Dora Explorer talk. It's like, how are you doing today? Are you having a fun day? That's fantastic! Bow wow! Or bow bow! Wow! That's amazing, chat! You sound kinda scary. Do you see the thing? I mean, to be fair, you know, if you like that kind of stuff, you like that kind of stuff. I don't throw any shade, but I completely understand why people bounce off of it. Please never talk like that again. They never break character. Yeah, I remember, I think it was MBT criticized them and people were like, that's just how they talk, that's just how they are, man. And it's like, they absolutely are not. They're just really good at not breaking character. You sound like you would drag me through the alley and skin me for defending Maxi. No? I've never been that bad about Maxi. I'll tell you why you're wrong. It's times like these I wish I still played the big sea serpent. Why did they put Firewall on the field? Because they're gonna summon this during my turn and then we'll be co-linked and then we'll get a bounce. How are we still alive? They used SP so they couldn't attack. Yeah, I think we just go for this. And what's the field spell say again? While you control Malice Link, your opponent can only target Malice Link monsters for attacks. Yeah, so they aren't co-linked. So I don't know why they ended on that. And the MTP... Yeah, the banish is already not there. Yeah, I think we go for Test Panther here. Yeah, they got nothing. Ash Blossom. Unfortunate, but we do exist. That means we should hopefully be able to do this. Yeah, we get Darius. We normal summon it. Test Panther, shuffle it in. One, two, three, four. We're almost to being able to get to the big one. Yeah, I think if we go for Meyer Millow and we pop the red ransom, then they don't have a link, then we can attack in with it. Or we could go for Bestiari and get rid of the other back row. Yeah, that's probably better, because we're going to make what's-its-name anyway. Oh, okay. It was nothing. And then we're gonna go for Darius. Hi-ho the Dario. We're going to summon... What do we got in the deck still? Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, wait. So, we bring Darius back. Darius effect. Bring back Bestiari. So true, bestie. And then we make... If we make this, we shuffle it back. That's the only problem. And then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, we'd still have 5. So we can use these two. We can make a Geyserus. Geyserus effect. Pop you. And you. Then we go for this using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Claudius effect. Double battle phase. And then we go to the battle. Battling in. 37. 24. Main phase 2, not quite! Second battle phase begins! Tag that out. Get Meyer Millow and Augustus. Meyer Millow summoned. Destroy the Dormouse. Battle phase 2 begins. Go forth, Augustus! Or Claudius, whatever! See, the second battle phase is important sometimes. We don't always BM. Sometimes you need it to win the game. And all you have to do is have a terrible opponent. Just I'm like, cut out most of their turn and most of my discussion about VTubers. I don't think that's important to the episode. Claudius. Brr. 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 Okay, this is full combo. Even if they ash this, it's full combo. Because of Test Bear. Test Bear occasionally carries. Well, that's something you don't see very often, chat. I don't think we've had someone yet who, like, saw one Gladiator Beast card and was like, nope, I'm out. Gladiator Beast can't beat that. Test Bear really carried there. You're on Malice. They were on they're like on like the most tier 0 deck of the last 2 years. And they're like, nah, if my opponent has a Gladiator Beast, I can't beat that. I'm just out of here. Alright, we're going first again. We got kinda combo. We got some hand trap insurance. That's pretty nice. Let's special summon the Terror Top. Let's Taka our Tomborg. Ash Blossom. Yeah, we're gonna try it. Because we need to discard something for this anyway. Ah, I see. Yeah, I think we still try to go for it. They're now down to 3 cards. If they have the third hand trap, it sucks, but also then they're playing on like a 3-card hand. We get, I think, Darius here? Yeah. Yeah. This is the combo. We just have to give up the Maxi, and considering what we can make, I think that's worth it. Because we use this to get the Gestel. Then we activate this. We discard the Maxi, and that allows us to get the Atorix. And now we got full combo. Haven't you always wanted to do full combo? Haven't you always wanted it for fun? This is your last chance to gaze upon my continents, Hector. Yeah. We need to get another one in the gray. Oh, wait, no, we need to get you. Oh, I don't think we're going to have enough to do everything we want to do. Okay. Yeah, because we don't have... Oh, wait, now I remember. No, it's only level 4 or lower. I'm trying to, like, think this through. Okay, I think we just do this. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. We make Appaloosa. We activate this. We bring back the Tamer. And then we don't get the double battle phase, but we do get the Claudius. Its effect is still activated, it just doesn't get the double battle phase. But that gets us the pop or yet another monster effect. We're really weak to spell traps. If they have something like Raigeki, we're just kind of doomed. Which is why I put a bunch of stuff in defense mode, because Lightning Storm would own us otherwise. We just gotta hope they're on a monster-heavy deck, which, to be fair, is like half of the decks in the game. Probably more than half. But all they need is, like, I'm looking, it's like, if they actually play Horus, which seemingly they don't. There you go. Ryziel would die to this? Yeah. Yeah, and it was just Ryziel. Ryziel, and presumably they didn't have triple tack or imperm, so they would die to like 5 monster negates and a double monster pop. And I guess, you know, I think we include that one just because it was an excellent showcase of how, like, the Speedroid engine works, where we were able to play through, I'd say 2 hand traps, but really it was just 1 hand trap, but they had to use one to insulate that one. So it worked pretty well. Last chance to look at me, Hector. It's from Breaking Bad, which I haven't seen, but it's one of the few streamers I watch consistently is MBT, and he started using that phrase. So I looked up the reference to it. Yeah, we're on our rank up. And basically there's this guy named Hector, and I forget what happened to him, but, like, he used to be this big mob boss, and I think, like, by the start of the series, he's, like, confined to a wheelchair and he can't talk. And so this other mob boss is, like, trying to bully him around all the time. And he's, like, and Hector's always, like, looking down and looking away and, like, not looking him in the eye. Do not spoil. It's like 10 years old at this point. If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, you could, I mean, I haven't watched it, but like, I know. Spoiling Breaking Bad without seeing it, even better. Haven't we all seen Breaking Bad through the YouTube shorts now? No. It's, if you want to see it, you have a chance to see it. And if I'm getting it wrong, then, you know, this is how what I've seen from the clips. Maybe I'm wrong. Next you'll spoil the Bible. Next thing you'll tell me is that Darth Vader is Luke's father. What? It's like the 5th season. Spoiler alert, Saul is a lawyer. Plus, as I often say, it's, I think a good story, with the exception of exactly a mystery story, a good story should be able to survive spoilers. If a story is actually good, it should be enjoyable even if you know what's going to happen. A good story is one that you can read or watch multiple times. If your story relies on the fact that there's something hidden, you aren't actually telling a compelling story. You're just like mystery boxing people and like triggering the part of their brains that wants to solve puzzles and getting them invested into something even though there's very little actual meat. Unless, of course, you're exactly like, yeah, this is a Sherlock Holmes story. The point is that you're supposed to be solving a puzzle. The point is the mystery. But there's so many shows, especially from the 2000s, that confuse good story writing with having a twist. Oh, that was unexpected. Like, I've been working on The Legend of Lefty, and that does have some unexpected twists and turns in it. But I've had people who are reading it and they figure out one of the main twists. Like, they're like, oh, I think I figured out this. And I don't go, oh, I need to change that. I go, good. That means that the foreshadowing is working. That means that you're paying attention to the story. So when it does pay off, it'll be all the more satisfying. If something comes out of nowhere, it's not interesting. My rule is if it's 5 years old, no more spoilers. That's what good foreshadowing is. Not only is it good foreshadowing, but, what was it? I forget who it was. Was it it was either Alfred Hitchcock or it was the guy who made, Citizen Kane, whose name is eluding me at the moment. But he said something like, dramatic tension is two people are having dinner and the camera zooms out and you can see that there's a bomb under the table with a timer ticking down. The people at the table don't know there's a bomb there, but you, the audience, do. That's what gets the tension building. Now, if you just had that where the people were having this nice little conversation and talking about stuff, and then a bomb just explodes because they kept it secret from the audience, that's not exciting. That's not tension. That's a boring conversation punctuated by a surprise. Theater, especially classical theater, is like that. It's expected the audience will be familiar with the play. That and like some of my favorite stories of all time specifically like go out of their way not to like, or to give the opposite of spoilers, basically. Like, if you look at, Dune, the book Dune, like, the opening thing is like, let me tell you the story of Paul Atreides, who launched a galactic war and toppled the Empire and became the king of Arrakis. Let me tell you about his doctor who betrayed the family when they needed it most. And then it jumps into the narrative dialogue. It does not care. It wants you to know that this shit happened in the past, and you're learning about it because this guy is going to be a big deal. Him being a big deal doesn't make it any less interesting to learn how he becomes all that, because you're invested in the character. Or it's the same thing, if you've ever seen Citizen Kane, and this is the last little tangent, Citizen Kane is often considered the best movie ever made, or one of them. And almost everyone I know has the same exact experience, where they're like, okay, you're telling me this black and white movie from the 1940s is the best movie ever made. Alright, let's see, what do you got? And you sit down to watch it, and 90 minutes later you come away like, God damn, that was one of the best movies ever made. Holy shit. It's not just like, they're like, you know, oh, it's really influential, it changed a bunch about movies. But unlike so many things, like, you know, the first Mario game was influential. It's still fun, but it's not like, you know, Mario Galaxy is probably more fun. But this is like, no, you will still be thoroughly entertained by Citizen Kane. And the crazy thing about it, right, and this isn't even spoilers, because this is the first 5 minutes of the movie is sitting down and watching a newsreel about Charles Foster Kane. And they're like, Charles Foster Kane, who died the other day, was a rich billionaire who came up from nothing. Here's his life story. Like, he started really poor, he met this guy, he started a newspaper, he fell in love with like a beautiful actress, and they have little quotes from all these people. It's like, and then at the height of his, like, after his failed run for Senate, he ended up dying in his sleep. And the only thing that they don't tell you is when he died, or not, that, what was it? They're like, his last words were supposedly Rosebud. And then it zooms out from that newsreel to a bunch of, like, newspaper guys sitting in an office, and they're like, why did he say Rosebud, do you suppose? Like, well, you should probably figure out for the end of this. It's good otherwise. So they send a guy, and they're like, go talk to the people who knew him and see if you can figure out what this meant. And the rest of the movie is just talking to the people that knew Charles Kane personally and seeing the exact same story from that newsreel, but learning that, like, just because you know the story doesn't mean you know the story. Like, you know exactly how it ends, you know all the people and why they're important and what happens, but the experience of seeing it through their eyes is so fundamentally different from the newsreel that it's like, it's enrapturing. It's amazing. What's the second best movie ever made? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The original Godzilla still hits hard, yeah. And that's the thing, is like, yeah, I've told you all that. The experience of me telling you about it is not the same as watching it. That's why you gotta see, that's why you can't rely on people to, like, tell you if media is good or rely on reviewers. You have to take the work of, like, going out and doing it yourself. But anyway, you ready to rank up? Oh yeah, and the last chance to look at me, Hector. So all that to say, I'll now explain the thing. There's a guy named Hector, he won't look at this guy. This guy's like an asshole who's being a jerk to Hector, and at some point he's like, basically just like showing up at Hector's place to kill him. And he's just gonna be like, fuck it, I can get rid of you, I've already torn apart your empire. And he's like, you're done for. You're done, little man. This is your last chance to look at me. And then something happens that I won't spoil. Ding, ding, ding. But it's just this idea of, like, if you don't look at me now, you will never get a chance to do it. All right. One more win, and we rank up into Master. We lose the coin toss. That hasn't stopped us before. Also, I think this is the first duel we've played in Diamond 1 that's against someone in Diamond 1. I don't know if the numbers are really down or what, but we have been going against, like, almost exclusively people from Master 5 or Diamond 2. We open with the Fuelos. It does not resolve. They have 4 cards. We have enough stuff to do, like, the combo, assuming they don't disrupt us. But unfortunately, we got 2 cards that help us going first that are significantly worse going second. Fiendsmith into Evil Hero? Okay. Wait, what was... What did they activate again? I'm a little... I thought I saw Tract. Did Tract get shuffled into the deck? Add a light fiend from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. Yeah, where did the Tract go? Necroquip. Okay, and they're playing Bestials. They're playing super fast, I tell you what. Oh, they didn't activate Tract yet? Okay. Okay, fusion summon a fiend fusion monster, which I think does include all the evil heroes. A dusted gold is a light fiend. Aerial leader. Send fabled raven to the graveyard. I haven't the slightest clue what they're doing. Fiend pile? Okay, Bestial Magnamut. They now have 3 level 6s on board. The devil is here, chat! Never mind. Now they're lubing up their bellions. Yeah, of course you get Branded Regained, which is actually a counter to Malice. Because they banish a card and then you shuffle it back into their deck. What day is it? It's Agman Day. Agman Day, bring back Fabled Raven and equip. Make Baronne de Fleur. They are under a couple locks. No, they're not. No. What? They're on Fabled Levalzabub. During the main phase, you contribute any number of Fabled monsters. Take control of that many monsters your opponent controls, but their effects are negated. Well, that's unfortunate. SP. So they've got a steal and a banish. What are they banishing? Oh, so they can draw a card. And then Magnamut activates, so they also get a Bestial. So they got a summon, negate, a steal, and this. I think that's probably enough to kill us. I suppose we'll find out. Special summon Terror Top. Activate the effect. Any number of fabled monsters. I think we save that for this. If they tribute themselves, then we can negate it. Thinking. 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 Are they just going to time out? Did they lose connection? Well, that was underwhelming. I kind of wanted to see what happened there, but, you know. That was a really interesting deck in kind of an underwhelming way. We didn't fight anything. We didn't even summon a Gladiator beast. You know, oftentimes when people, like, disconnect, like, I'm doing quotes now, because most of the time they don't disconnect. It's clear they, like, wanted to surrender, but they just left, and that was really, like, clearly not the case. They clearly had computer troubles. This is an interesting you know, this is the second deck today where it's like, I saw something, I'm like, I don't think I've seen this pile before. This is interesting. I guess you would just call it, it's just Fiendsmith. Pure Fiendsmith with like a splash of like some Bestials and some Fabled stuff. They're really just playing the one to steal. They've got some Horus stuff in there to get more into the graveyard. They're playing a couple Chaos Hunters. Well, a damn shame, but you know what? Sometimes you win because you win, and sometimes you win because your opponent loses. And they lost that time, so we'll take what we can get. And we got into Master. One way or another, we're here. $333. Duels 78 versus Evil Hero Fiendsmith Fabled. What would that be? EHFF? Fafa. Hef? I always like making acronyms, chat. Evil Hero, so Fiendsmith Fabled, that's 2 Fs. So we got we've got F, we've got F. We've got Bestials in there. We got Horus. There's like a Resonator package. EFFB. It's like Breath. Freb. Rebef. BFFE. Feber? No, I can't come up with anything. Except for maybe Breath. Breath is probably the closest one. But it would be spelled like this. That's Bestial Resonator Evil Hero Fiendsmith Fabled. Don't hold your breath on that one. When they bring that out, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Relief. I can't spell properly. Minor spelling mistake. I must be punished. Omnifiend? Yeah, there's probably a better name for it. It reminds me of a joke. And I heard it from someone in Alabama chat, so you can't be angry at me. But he was like, how do you know the toothbrush was invented? He's like, did you know that the toothbrush was invented in Alabama? He's like, no, I didn't know that. He's like, you could tell just by the name. I'm like, oh? He's like, yeah, if it were invented everywhere else, anywhere else, they would have called it a teeth brush. I thought we were going to stop at Master 5. I mean, usually I stream for 4 hours regardless. Alright. We get our Taka Taka. You got Maxi, okay. We do have the Ash for that. We are a gamer. And it's the Royal Ash, so you can't negate it unless you have a Royal Gamma. Well, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Because they only got one tooth, yeah. That's why it's a toothbrush. I only got the one tooth. I be using it to open up cans and such. Is there a word for that, chat? You ever meet one of them old men who, like, when they talks, they whistle just a little bit? I ain't never seen anything like that. Seen anything. I was fully expecting us to fall short of Master. I didn't think we'd make it here tonight. The Flute Talkers. That makes them sound, like, exciting. Winnie the Pooh. Oh, bother. Going first makes me feel like I'm going first. And I'm going first. Do you think I could go first or I'll lose? I'm letting go and first choose. We will discard the Meyer Mellow. We will add the Gistel. And then we hope they don't have Maxi. Behold, a cat girl. Doesn't look like it. We're sending and we're getting. I guess we just get another one of these. Come on back, Augustus. Charleston boys, you do the Chattanooga choo-choo. Track 29, you got me feeling so fine. I don't know why I called it the Chattanooga choo-choo. Clearly, putting them back into the deck is the Cincinnati shuffle. Let me think about this. Have I already normal summoned? I have not. Okay, yeah, we're going full combo. So what we can do is get like this. Then we special summon the Test Bear. Activate Test Bear. Tribute it. Shuffle this back. And instead of one, we get two of them things. Including the one we just sent. Just doing all sorts of shit. There is no clippable effect. Oh, we do have a Beast Warrior. That's the problem. I think we do this first, actually. Yeah. You know, like, okay, enough of that. But yeah, we bring back the guy. We make a second, yeah, in this case, we make a second, Dalmatanus. And then we link off the Eskit and the guy we just brought back, the Tamer Editor, for Darius. Darius, bring back the Eskit. Eskit get comeback. Summon the... Yeah, then Darius is a Beast Warrior, so Darius and Eskit go off for the bird. Summon back the Tamer Editor for a third time. Make Heraklinos. Then shuffle back 5 to make, what's his name? Claudius. So we end on Heraklinos, 2 Dalmatanus, and Claudius. What are you talking about in chat? Keep a card in hand for the spell trap negate? Yeah. Yeah, Silk Song's great. I've been streaming it every night, by the way, chat. I'm not sure, almost every night. I'm like 40 hours in, and I'm still discovering new maps. There are still places I have not been. For a 2D side-scrolling game, it is absolutely huge. Also, unlike the first game had like a couple cool character moments, but I came upon one last night that, like, it made me tear up a little bit, chat. They made me feel things for these bugs. I didn't think they would be able to, but they did. I've spent the last 4 hours bashing my head against the sands of Karak, only to realize I'm not supposed to do that area until Act 3. You're not. I'm in there now, or I would be. Speedroid made it to the ladder climb after all. I think we need more 2D Metroidvania style games. What's the Invoker target? We can summon Darius or a Torix. They're both Beast Warriors. And the only reason that matters is because then we can make Test Panther. 2 monsters, including a Gladiator Beast. So, like, special summon Terratop, get the thing, make Invoker, Invoker summon any Gladiator Beast, send both of them to make Test Panther. And then, like, if you have Gistel, you just get any Gladiator Beast and you can go full combo. And if you have any Gladiator Beast, you get Gistel. If you already have Gistel and a Gladiator Beast, then you can get, like, Comeback early, or you can get the Field Spell. I'm also very... It's crazy to me, too, like, I remember Critical was playing Silk Song, and, like, he put out one stream on his main channel that was, like, the first 4 hours, and he was just, like, hammering through it. And then, he put out a video, like, 2 days later where he's like, Yeah, I played the rest of it off stream. You can find the 17-hour video on my other channel. I just beat it. It's like 3 days and you beat it? But he was also, and granted, you know, this is just, there's generally like two kinds of people who like Hollow Knight. There are people who like it because it's a tough as nails, like, 2D fighter game, and there's people who like it for the story and world building. I am absolutely like the latter half. Like, I am spending my time to explore. I am reading like all the dialogue. I'm giving little voices to all the characters. He can be a fiend when he grinds, yeah. But that's the thing is, if you don't know, and I guess I'd almost consider this a spoiler, if not for the fact that, like, I feel like you should know this going in so you know what to do. Which is, you start and they're immediately like Act 1. So you know there's more than one act. You can beat the game at the end of Act 2. You only get to Act 3 if you've done every side quest. You have to do all of them. So basically, like, you only get to go further if you've sat down and talked to it. Because a lot of the side quests are like, if you talk to people 2 times, they'll be like, oh, are you still here? Well, if you're actually interested, I can give you something to do. I've never played Hollow Knight. Do I need to play that first if I want to play Silksong? So, story-wise, not really. Because even though Hollow Knight does have a very in-depth story, especially if you look at the lore, it's so much simpler than Silksong. And Silksong is so divided from it because none of the other characters from Hollow Knight 1 appear in Silksong. It is in an entirely different, like, country. Like, basically the opening cutscene of Silksong is, we have kidnapped this character from Hollow Knight and taken them somewhere else. So, if story-wise and explaining-wise, no, you don't have to have played Hollow Knight to understand Silksong. That being said, Silksong was originally supposed to be a DLC for Hollow Knight, but it kept growing in scope until it was bigger than the original Hollow Knight, and they're like, yeah, we need to just release this as its own game. But because it started as a DLC, I think it was Yahtzee, he had a review of it, where he's like, the thing about almost any DLC is that it assumes you've been like, oh, that was a good first game, but not quite hard enough. Do you have something with a little more challenge? And they go, okay, Mr. Big Britches, here you go. Since you beat the first game, try out the DLC. It's even harder. So, like, unless you're already really good at platforming, like, if you're someone who, like, played through 9 Souls and, like, 100% of that, you could probably jump into this. But if you haven't been playing a lot of 2D platformers, you probably want to beat Hollow Knight first. Yahtzee, yeah, he still makes, he's the Roger Ebert of video game reviews. Yeah, it feels significantly harder. And it's funny because, like, I've said this before, even though I play games for a living, I don't consider myself a gamer, because other than, like, Master Duel and, like, Balatro, I don't play a whole lot of games. Like, before Balatro, I was playing a bunch of Sudoku. Like, I mostly play puzzle games in my own time. I think in the last, like, 5 years, the only other platformer I played was, like, Dead Cells. And I played that, I beat it, like, once, and I was like, I'm not invested enough to, like, run back and do all the secret endings and stuff like that. So I don't feel like I am good at platforming, or I should be. And again, I watched someone like Moist Critical play, and he's like tearing through it, and I'm like, holy shit, now that's a good gamer. I'm like mediocre at best. And then like I've been telling my friends who play games all the time, who got like Armored Core, and Black Myth Wukong, and like all the Dark Souls games, I'm like, oh, you should play out Hollow Knight. And they've been at it for like 2 weeks, and they're like, I'm stuck on a Hornet. How do you beat Hornet? I was like, you just fight her. She's like the second boss you run into. How are you stuck on Hornet? Holy shit. I didn't think I was skillful, and apparently there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, there's no way I could get, like, Hollow Knight's one of the hardest games ever. Hollow Knight is really... See, Hollow Knight was hard, but it always felt fair. Every time there was a run back, I always, like, wanted to do it. The only time that Hollow Knight really felt unfair was the Path of Pain. And that's because it's the fucking Path of Pain, which is an optional, secret, side platforming thing that you can do. Black Myth Wukong was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Yeah. People are just bad at video games, I guess. I started playing Hollow Knight for Silksong. Hornet I got first try, but it took like 50 tries for the Watcher. The Watcher Knights are probably the hardest boss in the game. At least, unless you're counting like DLC bosses and shit. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to do nothing. The arena was unfair. I liked the arena. I have nothing but like good memories about the arena. Glad Beast too powerful. What can I say? Yeah, it's bonus content named the Path of Pain. Yeah, the Path of Pain is like really, really difficult, but I did make it through it. It took me like 45 minutes or something. And not 45, I think it took me like 2 hours. It took me 45 minutes for like one part. Like I had to take a break. The Path of Pain is like hard, but I did make it through. The Watcher Knights are a little weird. The Watcher Knights are, what was it? In my experience, in these kind of games, there's really like two kinds of difficult bosses. There's the like one-on-one fight where the boss just has a whole bunch of different moves and it's hard to keep track of. And there's, we've got a whole bunch of ads you have to deal with. It's like fighting multiple guys at once, and maybe those guys aren't that difficult, but it's trying to keep track of all the enemies. For me, the latter is much harder than the former. A lot of the, like, you know, I was playing last night against, I won't say the name of the boss because it might be like a mild spoiler, but like, she's so fast. She's like teleporting around the arena. She like, her moves will like layer on top of each other. Zote was hard with the buffs, yeah. What's he talking about? Silksong. But yeah, it was a really hard boss, but for me, like, really fun. I really liked learning it. I enjoyed it the whole time. And I beat it after, I think, like, 10 tries or something like that. But, like, the Watcher Knights in Hollow Knight are hard because there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them, and they're on a timer. So, you can't play it slow. You can't, like, try to, like, learn to avoid attacks. You really have to focus on, like, you know, burst down one of them, get them out of the way so that you don't have to fight 2 of them at the same time. If you fight 2 of them, you really gotta burst down one so you don't have to fight 3 of them. Because for every, like, 40 seconds you spend not fighting one, I think it's like after the first 3 you have to fight 2 at a time anyway. But then it's like, as soon as you kill one, another one gets up. But they're really not that difficult, especially once you learn them. I forget. Am I going first? I am going first. This is a weird one. Yeah. Gestel. Reveal Augustus. Max C. I think we will call by. I was like, we might want to keep this for other hand traps, but the only other hand traps in the format that I think people are playing are like Duelos. There is no applicable card. Okay, let's get the stadium. Yeah, we get the stadium here. Stadium, activate. We send off this. We get anything we can normal summon, doesn't really matter. Then we're gonna normal summon this. We're gonna make Test Panther. Fuelos. And we've got the Ash. Yeah, we have to get this. Fuck. No, this is fine. Send off this. We get Beast Warrior. Yeah. Beast Warrior effect. Send the Winged Beast. Summon the Winged Beast. Now we go for this. Now we summon Domitanus. And then we'll have, what? 1, 2... Yeah, unfortunately, we can't go any further than this because of the weird hand that we opened with. Like, we can make Darius. Darius bring back, so that'd be 1, 2. Darius would be 3. Bring it back, we make the bird. That would be 4. But we can't. I should have, instead of getting this, I should have gotten Eskit, and then we would have been able to go further. Yeah, I think we just end on this. But they use 2 cards. We've got a monster negate, and we've got 2 pops. And we choose the targets for their attacks. All right. Where's my hat? Oh, okay. We're going into Master 4, people. It's been... I forget, have we even shown any duels in Master 5? It's like we always say, it's like there's this big hill you have to get over with Diamond 1 where everyone's trying really hard, And then once you get to Master 5, it's a bunch of people just like goofing off. Just being goofy goobers. And there's the Master 5 experience. Someone went second, they did not open a hand trap, or if they did, they just didn't want to fight Gladiator Beast, and they surrender. They're like, why should I try? I can lose as much as I want, I'll just keep rolling until I go second. You can't D-rank from Master 5. So, there we go, you know, I think I said at the beginning of this, I wasn't sure. So there we go, I think at the beginning of this session, I was like, yeah, we'll be lucky to get to Diamond 1, maybe Master in the final stream, and now we've run up like 4 whole ranks or whatever. So who knows, maybe we can get to Master 1 in the final stream. It's the end of the stream for now. I'll try to climb a little bit during the weekend and see what can happen, but who knows, you know, comment in the comments now. How far do you think we'll get? What rank do you think we'll be able to achieve? Are you surprised we made it this far? Pardon me. What do we even put it up? Versus your typical Master 5 deck. Ryziel stun. They're not even playing Ryziels, they're playing fucking Regenesis. I guess this does have 25. What did the Genesis say again? If a monster with 2500 attack or defense. Detonator has 25 defense. Oh, and they're just playing Detonator. So what, they're just playing X'd so that they can make Detonator and then summon a Ryziel? Or a Regenesis? Is this the way we'll have to be going? You could special summon this by sending an Ixie. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon except for that. If this card is summoned, you control no other monsters. You can add 1 fire. So you just play 2 X'd. X'd, search sword. If you have a Ryziel, you could special summon it. Tribute summon Vanity's Ruler. This can't be correct. I really don't want Regenesis. It seems like such an interesting idea, but unfortunately, some of the best stuff that has 2500 attack, it's not the best. It's not what you really want to be doing. I really hope for Gem Knights next month. Only time will tell. And by the way, I guess since we're reaching the end of this, if you don't know, the deck that I play every month is chosen by the patrons, specifically the $10 patrons. So if you really like this channel, if you're invested in it, and you want to both support me and help guide the direction of future ladder climbs, consider joining the Patreon. Patreon.com/HardlegGaming. You can Google search it really quick. I think it's pinned. It's pinned in the comment. You could go there and check it out. I would really appreciate it. It would be nice. And of course, you get to, what was it, $10 patrons get to suggest a deck, and then we vote on it at, I think we're going to vote on Monday or Tuesday. So the suggestion thread is coming now. And so far, we have Tachyon, Regenesis, Suship, Gem Knights, Rescue Ace. I'm just deleting this message because it's not a suggestion. Sky Striker, Battery Men, Speedroid, Dinosaur, Shark, and Fabled. So almost all the good decks, well, no, I was going to say almost all the good decks, but most of the new stuff, no one has said add Ignister, no one has said, like, Cyber stuff. No one has said Herald. the heraldic things. No one has said Majestus. There's no Nekros. So like 4 out of the 6 decks in here were not chosen, and that's just this month. What was last month's pack again? Oh yeah, we still have, Speedroids did get taken. So Speedroids are still an option. 6 Samurai, Jarak. I could still play Ryziel if you really want to, although that deck feels like really simple, to the point of almost being boring. The Beast of Tau War? Huh. Lots of options there. And of course there's a new Raid Raptor structure deck. So if you want me to play Raid Raptors, I mean, this is a good choice to do a budget option. There's so many things. And you could join the Discord, get on there like all before we do this. You can also just join the Discord if you don't have $10 a month. If you're like, Joe, you're good, but you're not as good as a streaming service, you can just join the Discord for like $1 a month, which is cheaper than any streaming service. As I often tell people, if you got 20 bucks, that's a whole year worth of the Discord, plus with a little left over to buy yourself like a sody pop and a candy bar. Towers Turbo number 17. Please no. I would love to see you carry Majestus to Master. Not sure if I could. Maybe. I think I can't join it this month. I wasted too much money this month. There's always next month. But yeah, just something to consider. Not cheaper than Tubi, that's free. Oh, good point. Okay, I added a mid deck to the pile. Drytron. Yeah, we haven't played Drytron since they got the new support. That would be a little bit difficult. So yeah, who knows what we're going to see next month. Isn't Majestus just Floodgates? I honestly have no idea. I've never run into a Majestus deck. I've never seen someone actually playing it. In all my years. Don't worry about it. It's one of those decks that, like, I said this at the beginning, I was like, it's been around for like 4 years, and it feels like every year it gets support, and every year no one plays it. And the newest support is like, they're like, you can play Witchcrafters in this if you want. You could search Alistair the Invoker and like add Invoked package into there if you feel like it. Tindangles, yeah. There's some of these, I will say, some of these I'll have to test out and see if they're worth it. I've been opening it up a lot more. I've talked about this a little bit, but I think it was last year around this time we had a couple of really, really bad ladder climbs that like weren't able to get past like Master 4. And I was like, the power creep is too high. We're going to have to make it a little bit, a little bit more competitive. And since then, the ladder climbs have been awful as far as how well they've performed. I think the episodes were still fun. I really enjoyed it. I think the editing is on par. I think they're very entertaining. But they haven't been performing well view-wise. So I'm like, we need to play some more jankier stuff. I'm not sure I want to go as janky as fucking Batterymen or Suship. But I'll at least try it. I'll look at like the modern builds. I'll see what I can get. I enjoyed the Ritual Beast a lot, yeah. I like the non-meta ladder climbs more, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I didn't play a whole lot of meta this. Let's look back real quick. I need to maybe do a retrospective at some point. It's just finding the time for it. But like Mimighoul, that's not meta. Kristrons, Blue Eyes, arguably Ritual Beasts. I guess those were kind of meta. But that's in the last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so of the last 12 ladder climbs, 3 of them have been meta. Crystron was like meta. So was Blue Eyes. White Forest. When I played White Forest, it wasn't meta. Although, I guess to be fair, that's one of the problems is that, like, you know, I'll record now, and then the episode comes out on YouTube at the end of the month. So when I played White Forest, it was a synchro deck. You didn't have the Azamina stuff. You didn't have a lot of the, like, newer Sinful Spoils things. Pre-Azamina White Forest, like, we played Paleo White Forest because we didn't have enough stuff to mix it with. It was such a small archetype. We didn't even have the other, like, LZ, so they were, like, very limited. You're playing it with, like, Toy Box and stuff. But then the episode came out, like, the same week that they got all the new support. So I think a lot of people saw that, like, right when it became meta. And we're like, oh. But, like, Melodious, I don't know why the Melodious one did so bad. Melodious is, like, rogue at best. And that thing was also awesome. Magical Musketeers. I mean, that had some Fiendsmith in it, but I played it pure first. That one didn't do very well. Goblin Bikers didn't do very well. Argo Stars. I enjoyed those, yeah. The Argo Stars especially. That's why I'm not leaning completely into the jank. Ooh, pardon me. Because, like, if the Argo Stars had gotten, like, on par with the early episodes, right, where it got up to, like, 100,000 views, then I'd be like, okay, we need to lean more into jank. We need to be completely jank. But not many people tuned into that one either. I mean, more people tuned in than Cristrons or Goblin Bikers. But the Magical Musketeers did better. I don't like starting from bronze. That's boring. I think it can be exciting. Like, it was exciting when we did it with Nemluria, because Nemluria was so bad. I wonder how much of it's a meta thing versus popularity thing. I don't know. There's a lot where, like, you know, I was like, oh, Blue Eyes. Even if it is meta, it's fucking Blue Eyes. It's like the most recognizable Yu-Gi-Oh deck of all time. You would have thought that people would be interested to see it, but no, not really. I like starting from bronze. Yeah, we are still going to keep doing Jankmas. It's just the level for Jankmas has to be lower. How much of it can be blamed on YouTube, algorithm, dice roll? Maybe. It might also be that I didn't put out enough. That was another thing is, like, that I didn't consider that might have had more of an impact than I realized, was I put out a whole bunch of shorts last year. I put out, like, a short every week. And those shorts were related to, like, really old... They were related to really, really old ladder climbs. They didn't do especially well. They made almost no money. I didn't get hardly any subscribers. But I feel like YouTube doesn't push out your videos unless you're making regular shorts. Or at least that's what, I think it was MBT who's like, I think the only reason my channel has done so well is because I put out 2 shorts every week. So I've been putting together more shorts. Which, by the way, chat, you want a real quick preview? You want to see a fun replay? Not really.